If you're looking for a Lily guide about setups, frame traps, Ogi traps, random bullshit that gives you round 5 in your promo match, I would click away. And it's fine if you do, but this guide is more meant towards advanced players or people that are trying to be advanced, trying to build a game plan with Lily, reach top ranks, or just play better, play a more fundamental Tekken. So if you do want to play better and play more fundamental Tekken, keep watching, and if you don't, click away, and I'm sure there's more guides out there that'll teach those fun things. But this video is not fun. This video is going to be kind of a deep analysis on Lily, what moves to use, why I think she is unironically a top tier character, and at the end, I'll kind of go over how to build favorable situations with Lily, and then we'll watch a clip from Knee versus Kudan's. Knee's playing Lily, Kudan's is playing Devil Jin, of course, and actually seeing how these things are implemented in practice. So, strengths and weaknesses. Why are you playing this character? She is one of the strongest characters in Tekken 8. Why? She has some of the best range 0 and range 1 in the game. She has amazing frames on every single one of her close range pokes. She has good whiff punishment with some of these moves, and she has the best sidestep in the entire game, with some good backdashing potential too. Not amazing, but it's good. Her weaknesses are pretty significant, but you can play around them. She has bad tracking, especially mid-tracking. So a lot of people will just go mid-range like here, and just crouch Lily, crouch, step and everything, crouch, step, blah, 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 blah. And then she also has bad keep out. Like, of course you have forward 4, but you don't have a good high crush, low poke that's meant for keep out. You have down 1 too, but you don't have a good one for keep out. And you don't have a mid that reaches at this range that's safe. So, for example, some other characters will have a front kick here that's I-14, -9 on block, and like +2 on hit. But it hits here, and it gives you some space to back up, or like just build space. So, Lily's not really too great at tracking at mid-range, and she's not good at building keep out at mid-range. What you'll find, though, is that these weaknesses don't really matter, and I'll kind of show you why. And we'll get into how to build an offensive plan with Lily. And I see a lot of people, they want to build their offense with Lily's plus frames, which is amazing. She has down forward 3, she has quarter circle forward 3+4, all amazing plus frame moves. You get plus frames for free with Lily. She doesn't have to spend any effort to get them. But here's where they mess up. They do down forward 3, and they always do that setup, forward 1+2, which, if the opponent is pressing at all, you can get, that is a misinput. You could do forward 1+2 into 1+2. So it's a frame trap. So they're going down forward 3 into forward 1+2, which is cool. I mean, catching someone pressing here is of course great, but if you're doing it every time, you're just going to get blocked. So you just spent 30, like 60, 90 frames being -7 on block, which is terrible. And that's where Lily's game plan comes in, because you're using these free plus frames that you're getting, and you need to be making the opponent take way more risk than you are. And I guess, what does that mean? So I see a lot of people, after they block down forward 3 from Lily, they do down jab to steal the turn back. This is so good for you, because you do down forward 3, it's blocked, you step, you see the down jab, and then you launch. That is an extremely favorable position that you've created for nothing, essentially. The question is, how do you get people to fall for these situations? It's about conditioning, it's about changing things up, and sometimes it's about doing absolutely nothing. So, for example, if you're doing this setup right here, that can encourage people to down jab. So maybe you start around just doing this, the typical Lily setup. And then you move, and then you're trying to watch what they're doing. You see them do a down jab once, next time you do it, they down jab, and then you step, and you punish. So that's just a very, very simple way to condition an opponent. Other ways that you can use plus frames. Just dash up, put some pressure on them, see what they do. And now, like for example, if this Asuka is kind of jumpy and then throws her forward 2, which is her launcher, or just a generic launcher of any sort, you can read that and either step it, backdash it, or hit the counter hit a bit late to guarantee it, or dash up, dash up, dash up, delay a bit, hit another one, and maybe get the timing on when they're going to respond. And the mental game there is just that it's your turn, and if you give them their turn back, you can read the timing on when they're going to take their turn back. So I'm kind of rambling here a bit, especially about just a single move down forward 3, but kind of the game here with Lili is just conditioning your opponent, doing as little as possible, and making sure that they make mistakes. And when they make mistakes, you punish with your amazing sidestep, with your great punishment, stuff like that. So building an offensive game plan with Lili is just getting your plus frames, reading your opponent, sidestepping, with punishing, and just making sure that you're able to abuse these opportunities that they give you. So that's Lili's entire offensive game plan, is making your opponent make mistakes and then punishing them, which is all of Tekken, but Lili does it the best because she has a great sidestep, she has good range 1 and 2 pokes, good punishment. She has the entire toolkit required to play good Tekken very easily. I would say like part of that toolkit should be, of course, low pressure with evasive moves like down 1-2, stance pressure, and kind of the mind game with this wave dash, because you'll see high level players just wave dash in their face. You can get launched during this position. It's so risky, but they do it. It's because you want to catch them on a timing. So like if you wave dash twice and you do nothing, now the opponent thinks, next time I see this person, I'm going to hit a launcher on them. Or if I see them wave dash 3 times, I'm going to hit a launcher on them. So now, when you wave dash twice, just prepare a move. Keep that thing on you. It's just important to catch timings because against high-level opponents, they can negate every mix-up that you have if they catch your timing. For example, imagine I'm Devil Jin, and I do Wavu Wavu every time, and once I get to this range, I throw Hell Sweep, or I throw like Demon Paw, or like essentially I throw Hell Sweep or Meaty Mid. I can negate that completely by just sidewalking them when I catch them ready to throw something on the timing, because as I said before, they're throwing things when they get to this distance. So if I just sidewalk, I'm not getting mixed up anymore. I'm just completely safe. So that's how I negate mix-ups. The way that Devil Jin should approach this is wave dash even more, because the wave dashes will follow sidesteps. Dashing will follow sidesteps. So that's kind of the game at higher level Tekken. It's not just throwing the mix-up, it's mixing the timing. And by mixing the timing, you can get rewards like counter hit forward 1+2, counter hit down forward 3. Because those players don't make mistakes unless you make them make mistakes by mixing up your timings. So a quick sidebar, what if the opponent is complete dog shit and they're just mashing whenever they're getting pressured? Like I do one wave dash and then they're going to throw some launcher. Well, now you just caught their timing. And if you're better than them, you can abuse it. So you do a single wave dash into maybe like wave dash cancel. I'm not really good at wave dash canceling, to be honest with you, but maybe you just dash up at this range and they throw something. So just stay at this range, back up, and then hit them with forward 2+3. Or just stay at this range and, you have a feeling they're going to throw something because they always throw something, then sidewalk it, launch it. Once you kind of get more confidence in your defense, it's way less scary when someone's just spamming shit in your face hoping to get something, because you're not going to give them anything. So that's kind of my sidebar, because I see a lot of people just say, like online there's a bunch of people throwing bullshit and like I'm always getting caught. Then just don't do anything. Just back up, give them some space, catch them on a mistake, because if they're shit, you'll catch them. So why do I think Lili is one of the best characters in Tekken 8? It's because at this range and closer, you are always plus. You are always going to be +8 off a jab streamer, plus off a down forward 3. And when you're plus, you take so much less risk than your opponent because you can do moves that have better on-block properties, slower moves. You have more space to do movement. You have the frames to sidestep and backdash. So that's why Lili is insane in Tekken 8 and probably will take you very far if you continue playing her at a high level. Speaking of high level, I'm going to be playing a clip from a big tournament with two of the best players in the history of Tekken and going over just how Nii uses Lili to open up opportunities and catch timings without taking much risk at all. So just some context on this is obviously Tekken 7, but so the quality is going to be bad, but these are some of the best players in the world in a very high stakes tournament. So right now in this tournament, Kudan is kind of going very aggressive on Nii, and which is a good decision because Lili will take plus frames whenever she can get them. So Kudan is playing very jumpy and aggressive.
Consistently, I should say. Best record against him probably this year. Yep. Oh, here we go. The big knee. Oh, and
so here, Nii starts putting down forward 3 pressure, and in this scenario, he's fishing for a counter hit because Kudan is being so jumpy.
The follow-up there, he spikes him down again with the down forward 3, locking him down by the wall.
So Nii does that spam. He doesn't end up getting the counter hit, and now he's probably going to mix it up next time because Kudan knows that Nii is fishing for this counter hit.
Oh, caught him, second hit.
So in that situation, Nii does down forward 3 and then backs up. And this is for a few reasons. He could fish for a forward 2-3 with punish. And also, it's just mixing up the timings. Now, Kudan doesn't know next time is he going to go for a counter hit launcher? Or is he going to go for a backdash? Or is he going to do something completely different? So let's just keep watching.
Thought he was going to go for the root there. He looked like he was dashing for it. Oh, look at these steps. I want it so bad.
So Nii goes for a counter hit launcher. Yeah, in Tekken 7, this counter hit launches, and it fails. But this is a good example of how Nii kind of switches between two game plans with down forward 3 to mix up his timings and build an offensive strategy that requires Kudan to think more than just after down forward 3, I'm going to block. He took a risk there. He risked eating a counter hit launcher, a counter hit forward 1+2 to instead beat out an even meteor move. So this is it's pretty cerebral what's going on here, and it's because Nii did an empty down forward 3 pressure on the second down forward 3 that he threw.
Nice, caught him in there, but did not finish.
Oh, yeah, we're rage mode now. Gotta be careful. Even pot, yeah.
Yeah, he had an opportunity here, pushing towards the wall. What's he gonna do?
1+2, no break.
He might be dead.
And Nii just ends the round there with a grab, which Kudan really should have broke. So this is the last round that I want to show, and it's just exemplifying how empty timings and just empty wave dashes and stuff like that can create opportunities for you without too much risk or without spending too much effort on your own.
He's gonna be sitting in a nice position, able to make a comeback here, but look,
He has to win this round.
he's not moving. He's not sidestepping.
So we see Nii do an empty wave dash there, and that's just kind of imposing and letting Kudan know that I do empty wave dashes. Now think about it next time that I do it. And I'm just doing empty timings in general because I want to mess with you.
He's changing it up. He's trying to make Kudan maybe feel more comfortable in throwing out pokes.
We'll see, man.
So if you notice, Kudan is being really, really jumpy about his pokes. He's trying to take his turn back at every opportunity. So the next time that Nii does back one here,
But look,
He has to win this round.
and immediately goes into a move, it
he's
hits.
changing it up. He's trying to make Kudan maybe feel more comfortable in throwing out pokes.
So it hits immediately. That's an empty timing. That's using it and messing with their head to get a free hit afterwards.
We will see. Gotta continue to keep your opponent guessing, obviously. Root of evil.
At that moment there, let me play it again, there was a delay in the back turn stance before he did the launcher, which is another example of empty
Opponent
timing.
guessing, obviously.
It also messes up Kudan's punish timing.
He's content to just play the mix-up game with Lili as well. And he's got a good life lead again.
Yeah, this is the highest level Mishima play in the world. Going against probably.
So now we see that Kudan is trying to take his turn every time that Ni throws a jab or a poke. So Ni finishes the 1-2-4 string and gets a huge wall split here, which puts him in an amazing position to finish the round.
The most well-rounded Tekken player in the world.
Beautiful.
And I can't tell you how he read the hell sweep, because he's just the best player in the world, but he does, and he wins the round.
Block on the hell sweep.
He was ready.
Tournament point.
So in summary, there's a few things that you need to know about Lili to be a truly, fundamentally advanced player with her. And it's not about like using cheese, it's not about doing setups or doing crazy strings, it's just about using her ridiculously powerful range 0, range 1, and like range 1.5 frames to build an offense. So mix your timings up, step your opponent. When you get a plus frame, read what the opponent does and take that into account when you're planning the next move. And finally, this works on every player, not just good players, it works on garbage players too. It works on them even more. So there's no excuse. Play fundamentally. You'll beat people. Just maybe it'll take a game or two to learn their string cheese, but get better, and I hope to see you guys improve. Feel free to put any questions in the comments, and I'll try to answer them as best I can.